Okay, so I have a bunch of audio like I said before, and this is the audio I'm going to use. And I'd like you guys to choose one that you want to use yourself.
I'll be back.
And I kept listening to it over and over again and trying to get to the essence of what this character was saying. So the first thing that came to mind was Terminator movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so I went there to try to understand the character and the emotion a little bit more.
Stay here. I'll be back.
So there weren't that many inspiring
I'll
shots
be
of
back.
Arnold that I could use. So I asked my husband to act it out for me instead.
I'll be back.
Action.
I'll be back. That's terrible.
So in the planning stages, as we've done with other animations leading up to this point, it is important to look at video references as well as get your actors to act. So you can act it out yourself, or you can ask someone to act it out for you, okay, to determine what the pose and what the action is going to be. All right. Once I get the animation poses
I'll be
down, then
back.
I'm ready to start animating. All right, so now we're finally ready to start animating. First thing I'm going to do is to create a plane, polyplane. And let's just make it rectangular like this. Bring it up. Let's rotate it 90. And here I'm going to just position it, give it a Lambert, right? I'm going to call this movie material. And right here at the color map, I'm going to map, instead of a file, a movie to it. Here I'm going to browse, and let's browse for the movie with the acting, right? And I need to actually rotate that. Let's rotate it. There we go. In the place 2D texture node, I just rotated it so it'll face upright. And now all I have to do is go to my movie material and turn on use image sequence right here. Okay, where you browse for the movie, you turn on use image sequence. So now this image number turns purple, and this means that my movie is actually going to play while I play the timeline in Maya. Okay, it's a really cool way to use a movie or an animation as a texture. Awesome. So now I just have it as a reference to pose my character. And the next thing I'm going to need is I'm actually going to need that sound file in here. So you can bring it in two ways. You can go to File, Import, and look for the sound file. Okay. And select it and open it, or you can also just drag and drop it onto the timeline from your folder. Okay. Whichever is faster, and it's proving to be that the other way is faster, so because I have my project set properly. So awesome. File, import, and let's go to sound, and I'll be back. Okay, so when I bring it in, it actually looks like there are sound waves in your timeline, and you can see that it's not very long. It's about 1 second. And let's bring in frame 0, okay, because that's where it starts. Okay, and a couple of things I have to do with the preferences. One is I have to make sure it is at real time. It'll also play at halftime very slowly, but it won't play every frame. All right, the audio will not come through. Now, the other thing I can do is to multiply the size of my time line Okay, the timeline can be then very visible, and I can see the waves very clearly. Okay, so when I play this,
I'll be back. I'll be back.
so
I'll be
actually this
back.
audio is
I'll
not
be
synced to the video of the actor, but that's okay. So once again, we go back to the notes, and the first thing we're going to do is to pose the character and animate the body. So let's get started with that. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. You can push it a little bit more, but it's good.